everyone, Josh here, WarGamingNewb Historical, back with an update on my 1-year anniversary Hail Caesar challenge. Just want to kind of go through some of the work that I've done. Some of the work has actually been slowed because I've been unfortunately concentrating on black powder because what I neglected to talk about is that this fall, on top of Hail Caesar content being made for the channel, that I'm also going to do some black powder content, and unfortunately that has kind of pushed the Hail Caesar project back by a week or so because I was so intent on painting some of the Waterloo models. You know how it is, you kind of like get sidetracked, and that's what happened. So I am back on track though. Again, for those of you who are coming in on this episode, I had actually completed about half of the Roman Legionary side of the Invasion of Britain starter. I'm trying to finish up the rest by painting them up real quick and kind of just going from there, moving over to the Celts. But I've actually started to split my time between what's left of the Romans and then just starting up on the Celts, and I'm going to show you that progress that I've made in the past week or so. So I'm going to start off with this stand here. I know it doesn't look like much, it's not really painted. The Aquifer is kind of partially done. I also have the musician with the horn, and then on the back, 2 Legionaries painted in silver. So in the past, when I've worked on these Legionaries, I've actually painted them in gray, but I have watched a few videos where some folks have actually painted them in like a metallic silver or plate mail, which would actually make it faster for me to paint these because obviously with the Legionaries, they have a lot of Lorica segmentata, I think that's how you pronounce it, which is the plate mail that they are, or the plate armor that they are wearing, and that'll actually cut down on my time because then I can kind of paint around everything that is not supposed to be metal. So this stand, also the base is not done. These are actually poster tacked onto the base because I wanted to get some sand on there, because obviously with these bases you have you can't cut them. I mean, you could, but it probably wouldn't look all that great because they have these bases. So I kind of tend to have them poster tacked onto the main base, and then, you know, put my sand, pop them off, spray paint the base with what I've been using is the leather brown as a base color, and then kind of going from there and building up the stand from there. So anyway, that is the Roman side, or the Roman part of the update. I have begun working on the other Legionaries, and like I said, I'm using the Army Painter's plate mail to kind of just get them done as fast as possible. So moving on to the next, we're going to start talking about the Celts. Alright, something with a little bit more color. I have 2 stands of 2 Celts each. These Celts will be skirmishers for the Celtic army, the British army. In the Invasion of Britain like book that comes with the starter, they want you to make 6 stands of 12 Celts, and then an 8-man skirmishing unit. These are 4 of those 8, so I do have one that's practically finished. There's a couple details that I need to do to get that one done, but as you can see, the paint looks pretty good. Actually, let me zoom in here. Maybe we can take a closer look. So with these particular figures, if I can, let me just get my hand out of the way. I actually base coated these in Army Painter's Barbarian Flesh spray paint. So I felt that maybe that would be a quick way to get, you know, 80 Celts painted by October 1st. It's okay. I still, you know, I had to paint quite a lot in order to get these 2 like skirmish stands done, and it didn't go as fast as I would hope. Again, I am a very slow painter. I'm not a good painter, so it makes it harder to get like a large amount of these figures done, and yeah, that's where it is. But I am happy with the way this stand has come out. I feel it's good enough for tabletop. 3 feet away, they're going to look good. And again, anything is better than gray plastic. So you know, all I have to do is finish this stand here, shade it, finish the base and all that stuff, and I feel that I would have half the skirmish guys done for the set. So we'll move on to the next part. So these are the remaining skirmish troops for that skirmishing unit. A couple of these guys actually have daggers. Unfortunately, a couple of the swords broke off and I could not find them, so I had to cut off the hilts on some of the daggers that are included on the sprue and kind of just glue them on. It looks a little funny, but you know, if you're a wild, crazy Celt, a skirmisher that's rushing into battle, I think the fear that they would instill by brazenly running towards the enemy will, you know, that fearsome image would not be deterred by the fact that they're only holding a dagger. I'd still be pretty scared if some knife-wielding crazy man was running towards me. So here's an example of the base coat of barbarian flesh from the spray can. It's okay. I mean, you know, I think it works well with the folks that are bare-chested. But you know, again, what's nice about Army Painter's spray cans are that they're basically a primer and a base coat, so you can skip a painting step by having to base coat your models. And so I have a ton of Army Painter spray cans. But anyway, this is the remainder of the skirmish unit. Again, got to base coat them and then just start work on it. So we'll move on to the next part. Alright, this is the first stand of Celts that are not skirmishers. As you can see, I have 2 of them pretty much complete with paint, and then the other 2 obviously are still being worked on. I poster tech those 2 to the stand just to showcase what a stand of Celts would look like. I tried something a little different with this. I decided to go the contrast paint route to see if that would be any faster than you know, painting them in the standard way. I don't see much of a difference. Again, I think it's just the amount of figures I have to paint plus the amount of time that I have. That's kind of just, you know, either option, at least for me, will work. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of split it. I'll do some with contrast, and then I'll do some with the standard painting and see if that works out. Again, 80 Celts is a lot, but you know, I'm making progress. I'm making a dent. If anything, I like both processes. There are some things that I like about the contrast over the standard painting, and then there are some things that I like about the standard painting that works better for me, at least as a painter, to get them done. So anyway, I'm not a fantastic painter, so obviously the application of woad on my Celts here is kind of not as detailed as it should be, but you know, for me, I just want them painted, and when they're on the table, they're going to look like Celts. I know that they're Celts rather than Gauls. So anyway, that is one stand of Celts that are almost done, and then we will move on to the next one. Alright, so this stand here is just a mock-up of how I'm fitting things, because I kind of want these stands to be able to sit together flush, and you know, it really is about the positioning. So this method for me is kind of twofold. I'm dry fitting them with poster tech, and then I'm basing them with basing material, and then it kind of leaves this shape right here that allow me to fit the figures on the way that I want them to, in order for them to kind of stand in a line once you have them, or I have them, on the battlefield. So it doesn't always work. The dry fitting sometimes just doesn't work as good, but you know, it works well enough. And then you know, it is what it is. Again, the time factor is a concern, so this is kind of just the fastest way for me to do stuff. So yep, dry fitting the Celts with poster tech, kind of moving them around. Let me bring one of my stands here as you can see, the way that I have the weapons pointed and the figures pointed allows for you know, kind of a better fit for the infantry here, because there's going to be a lot of them, or at least in terms of the Invasion of Britain starter, there are going to be 6 units of 12, so there'll be 3 stands and then 6 3-stand infantry units. So, all right, we'll go on to the next. All right, so just rounding off the progress that I've made, I've started using popsicle sticks to base coat my figures. I used to just poster tack them onto some cardboard and kind of spray from 12 inches away, but this is a better method. I get better coverage. As you can see, I've started to paint some of these guys with golden helmets. There's a guy with a chainmail and a red shield. I'm definitely going to try to apply the shield decals that came with the starter, but again, I'm not the best at doing that, so that's why I'm painting the shields, because I don't know if the decals will you know, work as well as I need them to, especially in the time crunch that I'm in an artificial time crunch, but a time crunch nonetheless. So anyway, that's what I have done. That's the progress. I'm hoping to do another one of these in a couple weeks, which will be kind of the halfway point for September. Hopefully when I get back with that update, there will be more stuff done, and that I'll be ready for the completion of the challenge by October 1st. So again, October 1st is the end of my challenge. That's the date that I'm doing my cutoff. That doesn't necessarily mean that I will be doing a Hail Caesar play from the box battle report on that day, but it'll certainly be coming not long after the end of the challenge video, where I show you what I have completed. So anyway, if you like this video, go ahead and click like. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, I would totally appreciate it if you did. Hit the notification bell icon to get notified of all updates to this 1-year anniversary Hail Caesar challenge, as well as other video, and then click the Discord link in the description below. That is the best way that I can communicate with you guys outside of the comment section of the YouTube video. I definitely would like you to join so that we can chat on a daily basis or semi-frequently basis about wargaming, historicals, anything that you'd like. So alright, that's it. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more 1-year anniversary Hail Caesar challenge coming out of WarGamingNewb Historical.